and has huge economic implication for the country. Well, the presidency of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is just few days into the mandate Nigeria gave him. It should be less than 3 weeks now, just less than 20 days, and the president is already walking the talk regarding his promised reforms. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has abolished segmentation in the foreign exchange market and collapsed all rates into the investors and exporters I&E window. In a statement, Director of Financial Markets at the CBN, Angela Serejembi, confirmed the changes. She said all transactions will now be done through the investors and exporters window, where the exchange rates will be determined by market forces. Serejembi added that applications for medicals, school fees, BTA, PTA, and SMEs will continue to be processed through deposit money banks. BKO breathed a lot of smile, and we saw the reaction in the capital market just moments after that release was made. A lot of funds were put into the system to giving the investors some confidence. But let's break this down for our viewers who are watching and wants to understand what will be the immediate and long-term implication of this. What is the president trying to achieve?
There's a lot that we can achieve through this. First and foremost, foreign exchange dollars should naturally be available for those who need them for legitimate business. Importers, students who want to pay school fees, people who have health challenges, are going abroad, not traders, not people who simply want to trade in the foreign exchange, in the dollar. What we've had over the years is a situation in which the value, the exchange rate, the official exchange rate, is not the true reflection of the value of our currency. So what we had been doing amounted to subsidy in another guise. In the official market, the dollar naira rate was 460 to the dollar, 460 naira to the dollar. Of course, that is an unbelievable exchange rate, because when you go to the black market, which is the closest to reality, it's about 760, 755. Now, that gap between the official and unofficial market ensures that people can do a lot of round tripping, people can hoard the dollar and then sell. When they hoard the dollar, the people need the dollar to bring in raw materials and all those things that can help them make money and even stimulate the economy. In the final analysis, they will not have access to it. They are forced to go to the black market. So, and that has created illiquidity. The real problem that we have is illiquidity, meaning that the dollar is not sufficient to go around people who need the dollar.
So it's creating a lot of pressure.
So much pressure as a result of illiquidity. Companies can't plan, airlines can't plan. The other day, Nigerian politicians were fighting British Airways because British Airways, their London Accra rate is lower than what they take from us in Nigeria. And the reason they give is the volatility of your foreign exchange market. Today, you can exchange the naira. This morning, you can exchange the naira for 766. And a few hours later, it could go to 780. That's not what investors want to see. And for so long, people had been asking for a convergence of these windows, these exchange windows. The government was not prepared to do it because of the pain that it will inflict in the beginning. So President Tinubu has shown courage, just in the same way that he triggered the post-subsidy regime. Because of the pain, this was suggested, we never thought about doing it. What we fail to realize is that once we've done this convergence, foreign direct investment will come in. The foreign direct investment coming in will give us much more dollars than we used to have, which will ease the pressure on people who badly need this thing. This is not how what people are thinking. At the end of the day, this thing could stabilize around 650 to 660 if it is well implemented. And then after that, you have an era of stability. I can tell you, in South Africa, the exchange rate has been consistent for years. I'm telling you, years, not days. In our country, the exchange rate has not been consistent even for months. And all of the measures that Mefele took made things worse. He said, no, I will not sell to broad exchange operators anymore. Immediately, he said he will be selling direct to the banks. It went up. So we are not, now the president has said that we are only, remember what Sanusi Lamido said, that some people will cross their legs in their gardens, they will give them supply of dollars, they will go and sell in the black market, and they become billionaires. You can actually, within 1 hour, somebody can turn you to a billionaire. They'll just give you dollars at the official rate, you take it to
the black market.
You are not a fool now.
Exchange
when you can see that gap.
Exchange it for the subsidies that comes with it.
When you can see that gap. See, if we had, it is not totally bad to have the dual exchange window, but you must narrow the gap. When you narrow the gap, maybe the gap is like 4 naira, 3 naira, is a disincentive for people to do round trip. But where we have a situation, look at the gap, 460 to 760, or even 768. Because I know that somebody in my office bought it, 768. So why won't people not hold the naira, hold the dollar, and just simply trade with it? That is what the president wants to stop. I'm telling you, by the time, because what foreign investors want is stability. They don't want a situation that they can't predict. By the time we begin to see the benefits of this naira floating, and the currency is stable, the way it's done in other places, and it's stable, and the rate is determined by market forces, more of this thing will come in. We'll have stability, we'll have predictability, and we'll be fine. In fact, it will push us to an era of prosperity. It's just that, look, it will be difficult in the beginning. The volatility will be there, I have to admit. But this is one of the best decisions that this president has taken. Look at even the suspension of the CBN governor. Look at what it triggered.
The market.
Yes. The height that we last reached in 2008.
When the market capitalization, the market capitalization reached for the roof.
Even this one, even the moment the CBN announced that the naira was going to be floated, the stock market responded positively.
All right. Lots of cheerful insight there from BKO. But, Dari, let me take your thoughts on this one. We've seen a lot of dollarization of the Nigerian economy in recent years, where a Nigerian would favorably want to hold the dollar for speculative or transactionary reasons compared to the naira, which is supposed to be our local currency. We've even seen some service providers charge in dollars, in contrary to the naira, which our economy is based on. What are the implications you think this policy would also do in curtailing such, so that the demand for the naira, for the foreign currency, the dollar or the euro or the pounds, will only be for investment or business reasons and not for transactional reasons like we see now?
Yeah, we
even see people at weddings.
We want to spray.
Weddings, they spray dollars. putting a lot of pressure on the economy.
What we lacked all along was that will, our leaders, to do that which is obviously the way out of our problems. And for a man who campaigned with these things that if I get elected, check Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's manifesto, all these things are there. These are things he said. He was not scared that Nigerians may refuse to vote for him. He took his time to convince Nigeria, even before becoming president, that these are the ways out of our problem. Mark it, if I get elected, these are policies I will carry out. These are reforms I will do. So he prepared the minds of Nigerians. Nigeria had the opportunity to decide, should we vote for a man who will do this or not? Then he got elected. So that he is doing this thing is not rocket science. He spent years looking for solutions to the problems being faced by the Nigerian economy. He found these solutions. He came to the table with it. He campaigned with this, and he won an election. So he is bound by his own words to carry out this thing. That is one. Secondly, what are the implications? The implications are what we are already saying. The moment you make keeping foreign exchange, the dollar or pounds or anything, you make it no longer lucrative for you to keep it in expectation that it will go up. Then you are already making those foreign monies available for those who need them to use. Because what people do is they hoard it. It's just as if they are dealing in stock exchange. They keep it, waiting for, because this is Nigeria, they know it can only keep going up. It won't come down. So the moment we make people realize that, look, don't waste your time keeping this thing. We have a flat rate. It is not going to change. And people will wait 3 months, 4 months, at most 6. And if it is stable, then it becomes an issue of the past. Nobody will find it lucrative keeping it. That is one. 2, for those who run trip Forex, it's also become quite unattractive. What do we mean by this? You go to...
Profit margin has been reduced.
Drastically reduced. The cost of doing that business...
In terms of where you will sell it.
I mean, even the cost, there are still some costs you incur while trying to sell it. So when you realize that adding those costs to what the profit will be, you'll be running at a loss or at no profit, you will be convinced to, only go for dollars or any other foreign currency when you have legitimate need for it. And not because you want to sell. Buying and selling of Forex is discouraged by this policy. And the implication of that is that everybody who needs it legitimately can now access it because it will be there waiting for you to come.
So the
segmentation...
segmentation...
The demand will come down. The demand
will come down.
The demand is artificial because people merely want to trade.
Yes.
So the demand will come down.
Drastically.
For those who need it, for those legitimate,
will get it.
They will have access to it.
All right, of course, we're looking at all the talking points, and that's what we do here on Journalist Hangout, where we break down the issues, giving you an opportunity to have your own perspective and insight into what matters. But that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch a repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11 p.m. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for the extended version. That's Journalist Hangout on Sunday. That promises to be equally very engaging. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. A big thank you to our panelists, Babajide Kolade Otitoju. Good to have you back. As well as Dari Odufowokan, who is also here with us on the show. I am Emmanuel Akindobua. Thank you for joining us. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.